parts of Central Asia, the Caribbean, and Eastern Europe. In terms of asset classes, it's no longer the traditional hotels. It's beyond that. We're looking at mixed use, ecotourism, adventure tourism, cultural heritage tourism, urban tourism, which is a mix of leisure with wellness and retail. But ultimately, I think what matters to the investors is sustainability, resilience, and impact. It's almost like a triple bottom line. These three, the convergence of these three, is what will make destinations truly stand out. I think smart money is where growth meets responsibility. And so this is what makes a destination truly unique, and a destination which brings in these principles will not only attract the traveler that today is very picky, but will also bring in capital.
It's so interesting. You obviously spoke very much about sort of risk and things like that when looking at different regions, and we're going to get into that a little bit later and exactly how to make destinations investment ready as well. But I'm going to move on to Abid. Great to have you here. I'm going to get a developer lens from you. So which sort of asset classes within travel and tourism are currently seeing and delivering the strongest returns right now?
Well, thank you, Laura. I think a lot has been said, but from a broader perspective in the tourism ecosystem, you can talk about the accessibility, transportation, you can talk about accommodations, and last but not least, entertainment venues, if you would. Now, each of the destination in the organization obviously has to decide what fits best with what their long-term goals are from a positioning perspective and what market are they trying to attract. And also it has to be dependent upon convincing the local governments to invest in infrastructure, for example, because a lot of the private entities will not be able to do that. The developers look to the users, to lenders, and come up with an investment thesis. But if you look at lodging sector, as of late, the luxury segment and boutique segment has done very well, and it continues to flourish. Though it has its ups and downs, but in the lodging sector that has done relatively well, if you look at the overall RevPAR of the world. Also, some of the wellness components from a facilities point of view and longevity assets, they are performing extremely well, so that's what we have been focused on.
Yeah, really interesting to say that, because longevity wellness is huge right now, sort of taking over the world, which is quite a good thing, actually. But also, ultimately, none of this can happen without people, of course. So over to Salman, you very much emphasise the true value of tourism investment very much lies in human capital as well. So how can smart investment in people translate into high valuations and long-term asset returns?
I think the benefit of investing in people, you can generate the ROI from day one. So first of all, if you are an investor or a fund or an entrepreneur and you're starting in a new market, considering working with or investing in people, already you will attract a very good attention from the local governments, right? Because no local government will not be upset, for example, if you want to invest the local people. They would actually be extremely happy. And in many cases, especially in emerging markets, and I'm sure she might have better examples to share, but almost in all countries that I come across, all local governments, they have special funds for upskilling and qualifying local cadres. So if you, as an international investor or as an investor in general, having that as part of your essential business plan, you're already getting the government on board. This is already brilliant, right? But then the list of benefits still actually continues. So then when you actually you are able to train or to invest into training those individuals, you are able to select really the top calibers from those who you have trained and inject them into your property or your investment. This is the second point. The third point, you are giving back while not really having to do much. For example, we're talking about international brands that are almost all of them operating in Saudi Arabia. If we take Saudi Arabia as an example, It is really a smart move, and I highly encourage everyone to do this, not only in Saudi but everywhere around the world. It's just to maintain a portion of your investment. And it's not always financial, by the way. Sometimes it's financial, or a portion of it is financial, but a portion of it is your SOP. So if you're an international brand where you have your SOPs, you have your standard procedures, you have your corporate values, integrating that with an existing tourism institutions in whichever market that you're going in, and availing that to the local people. Your name is out there, you're able to absorb the best talents, and then this becomes in your P&L an investment rather than a cost. Because today, labor or workforce, they carry the second, sometimes first, highest expense in a balance sheet. So